Our independence was hard fought. The British ruled over our lands for a long time. But then there are heroes, aren't there? There are always heroes, the ones who stand up and fight. Some get the spotlight, while some stay in the dark and contribute just as much as the others. This bodes true for India's freedom fighters as well. We've all heard of Gandhi, Nehru, etc., but there are so many more who fought equally hard but never got their share of the limelight simply because they never cared. Their only focus was seeing an independent India. But as citizens of this country, we should know about some of them. How many of you have heard of Velu Nachiyar? Well, Velu Nachiyar was the first queen to wage a war against the British and give them a good run for their money. The former princess of Ramanathapuram opposed the British rule even before the Sipai Mutiny. Velu Nachiyar was the first queen to fight for the freedom from the British in India. She granted powers to her daughter to help administrate the country in 1780. She died a few years later on 25th December 1796. But the independence day fighters didn't only consist of kings and queens. Alluri Sitarama Raju was a local tribal man who led the ill-fated Rampa rebellion in 1922 to 1924 with the support of other local tribes. For his bravery and valor, he was nicknamed Manyam Virudu, meaning hero of the jungles. He was later shot to death by the British for revolting. But let's not forget about the determination of Matangini Hazra. Hazra was a Protestant who was part of many movements, notably the Quit India movement and the Non-Cooperation movement. During one such procession, she continued to advance with the Indian flag even after being shot 3 times. As she was repeatedly shot, she kept chanting Vande Mataram, which means Hail to the Motherland. She died with the flag of the Indian National Congress held high and still flying. Another freedom fighter with a non-giving up attitude was Kanayalal Maniklal Munshi, or Kulpati. He was mighty active during India's freedom movement, especially the Quit India movement. He was the founder of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He was even arrested a total of 5 times by the British. The number of times he was arrested by the regime showed his dedication and passion for an independent India. I'm pretty sure all of us have seen the name Kama over buildings and roads, but how many of us know who she really was? Bikaji Kama was a part of the Indian independence movement. She was also a figure for gender equality. She donated most of her personal assets to an orphanage for girls. She also unfurled the Indian flag at the International Socialist Conference at Germany in 1906. Another female leader who proved she was as good as fighting as any other man is Lakshmi Sahgal. She was an officer of the Indian Army and was also referred to as Captain Lakshmi. Lakshmi was a World War II veteran and spent time as a prisoner in Burma. When she heard that Bose was also recruiting women soldiers, she gave her name. She was ordered to form a female regiment called Rani of Jhansi Regiment, where she got the rank of captain. But fighting isn't the only way to show how capable you are. Suchita Kriplani was the first woman to become the chief minister of an Indian state, and was also the founder of the All India Mahila Congress in 1940. She was a Gandhian and worked with him during the partition riots as well as the independence movement. On 15 August 1947, she sang Vande Matra in the Constituent Assembly. They say that the pen is mightier than the sword, and in the case of Garimella Satyanarayana, it's true. Garimella Satyanarayana was a poet and freedom fighter from Andhra Pradesh. He influenced and mobilized the Andhra people against the British Raj with his patriotic songs and writing, for which he was jailed several times by the British administration. He was an inspiration for the people of Andhra. As a writer, he used his skill to write influential poems and songs to motivate the people of Andhra to join the movement against the British. India is so much more than its cultural heritage and diversity. It's a magical place. The spirit of millions of Indians living in tough conditions and breaking barriers is what makes India so special and unique, yet accessible. We are so proud to say that in every Indian there is a fighter who deserves to be spoken about. There are a large number of true heroes that our ideologists and hierarchy have conveniently put aside. These men are not listed in our textbooks and hardly gain any recognition. These people are, however, the true icons of rebellion against the oppressive colonial rule, as they never cared for fame or fortune, and instead their only focus was to see an independent India. All of these unsung heroes and a host of others are the reason we are living our lives as respectable citizens and not prisoners. We can never repay the debt of gratitude we owe them. The least we can do is to remember them and their courageousness. Jai Hind!